G'day mates, and welcome to the away team. It's called away team on the title, but I'm not entirely sure which one it is. So, this game is a little bit weird. It's a space exploration sort of colonization thing where you're the last humans left on Earth, and you blast off in a spaceship and you explore the galaxy, finding fuel and food supplies, and hopefully finding a place to settle because Earth has been destroyed. I picked it up because it looked kind of, a combo of Star Trek and sort of FTL style stuff. It looked kind of nice. It's a sort of a text-based choice thing, but there is a fair bit of background stuff going on. It's not just, a choose your own adventure. Because you have all of these people now. When you start, you get to choose 10 random crew. They're all randomly generated. So if I wonder if can I just... Oh, hang on. I think it's only... There we go. I think I have to run through a game before it'll give me a different lot of candidates. So, bit of a hard cut there, sorry, but I had to see something. I basically got into the game a bit and I thought something was a bit broken, so I went back and hopefully it's been fixed. If it's not, we will just forge on. So, you get into the game and you choose your characters. You choose 10 of the last humans on Earth, and you'll be taking 6, 8, or 4 with them, depending on the difficulty. We will be going with 6, because we were playing on medium. So of course, we'll need a scientist, who is, as you can see, she's an observant team worker, but she's also disabled, so we should have taken a disabled scientist, a mechanic. We need a surgeon. Also, some of them are cyborgs as well. We'll take a soldier, a stealthy soldier? Sure. We'll take a farmer, yes. Athlete, counselor. We've got one slot left. I don't need another soldier, but I'm not sure what else we need. Let's just hit randomize. Okay, we got the counselor. Okay, so we'll be having Brecken Ha, Osman Keenum, Xavian Mers, I suppose, Michael Rennick, Arik Pritz, and Cora Emma on our lovely little enterprise. Let's deploy. Here we go. ZPVE deceleration cycle initiated. Wake inhibitors disabled. Mission parameters loaded. By the mid-2050s, Earth was all but destroyed, ravaged by war, climate change, and famine. Unable to save the planet, scientists, aided by an artificial intelligence, focused on perfecting intergalactic travel so that humanity might live on. Starting in 2100, dozens of AI-run ships sailed into the void, the fate of their passengers unknown. Your ship, the smallest, fastest, and finest, is the last of these to leave Earth. You are the AI in charge of the ship, responsible not only for piloting and navigation, but also for selecting crew for away missions based on their traits and flaws, and advising them on the missions. By now, Earth is a dead planet. Your crew is very small, but they are the last known humans. Your choices will determine their fate. Jump to new systems, search each sector to find new planets, moons, and stations, stock up on food and fuel, and do your best to find your crew a new home. So welcome to the game itself. Let's just stop real quick. So we've got our crew, we've got our menu over here, we don't really matter about over those. We have food and fuel. Oh fuck, we should probably move because we use up food just sitting still. And if we go to the edge of the map, we also have a light jump. So let's explore Asimov. Okay. If this location wasn't programmed in the ship's maps, it would not have been even worth slowing down for. Sensors detect no signs of life, no obvious fuel sources, not even any obvious carbon-based material for the food replicator. The interesting target, however, seems to be the large moon in the orbit. No more alive, but slightly more interesting. Okay, so deploy the crew. So we're going on... we need at least a leader and an engineer. So we shall have... We'll have the scientist lead, and we'll have the, obviously, mechanic be the engineer. We're going to take a surgeon and a counselor with us. These guys can stay on ship, sure. Okay. Okay, so this is the mission control, pretty much. So hang on, let's just skip forwards. Okay, so do we want to review this ship? Yes, please. So we can review different parts of the ship, for example, engines. Other than the hollow space, a lot of it is engines. While it's full of dark matters, blah 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 blah. It's something about... it's a bunch of science shit, essentially. There's a lot of it, and I'm not going to read all of it, because it goes on for quite a while. Ooh, Eve, the AI that built... Oh, so the AI that built everything, and that created me, an AI, I'm actually playing an AI, was called Eve. That's what the AI's name was. Cool. You theoretically hit light speed after 400 souls or so, but you haven't been able to accurately process information during what comes next. It's literally all a blur after you figuratively push the figurative light jump button. So they don't know how light jump works, but they can do it? Sure, I guess. Crew compartment. Cool. Fair enough. Oh, they have a veritable army of semi-autonomous drones. Cool. Let's just not worry about that too much. Oh my dear god. Okay, the crew clambers into the top of the ship and prepares the shuttle for a lunar landing. Once trajectory is plotted, they decouple, and they are released. I'm just going to speed read this so I can actually get through the game, because otherwise it will go on for a while. The crew refer to this as decapitation. It doesn't hurt you a bit, and anyway, everything responsible for you is currently much lower on the body of the ship. Oh, so the shuttle is the head of the ship. I adjust speed and angle. As the cameras and sensors come online, it becomes clear that this is definitely the right place, or at least an interesting one. Giant lines, many kilometers long, are carved into the lunar surface, like the Nazca lines on Earth, but actually visible from space. The crew can make out at least 3 sets of straight crossed lines, with a large arc below them. Arik Pritz scratches their head and starts sketching something in midair with their fingers. I bet it's a map of some sort, a face map. The X's make up the eyes, they're angled, but the nose is straight up and down, like a plus sign. And if you draw lines from each of the X's up there, where they intersect, they all point towards a 4th spot, unmarked, right about here. So we can head for the unmarked site. A plateau rises before the shuttle. Even from a distance, it's clear that the crew that there's something about this area that's unnatural. Not in a scary, spooky way, but in the sense that nature did clearly not make everything that was here. The sides of the plateau are too steep and too regular. Some hand had a part in shaping this terrain. The question is, was it human? There are no obvious structures, but readings indicate there are several hollow spaces rather near the surface. It's likely there's more here than meets the eye. So either we can land in the center or on the north edge. Now I'm going to tell you something. If you land in the center, everyone dies instantly. That's how deadly this game is. Land on the north edge. The shuttle lands near the northern face of the plateau, settling gently to the ground. Upon exiting the shuttle, Arik Pritz can't help but notice what looks like something metallic beneath the shuttle. It's extremely irritating to have to do again, but the shuttle is boarded and flown exactly 3 meters away, then powered down again. Sure enough, there's a metal hatch in the ground, right where the shuttle had landed. Enter the hatch. The hatch opens to reveal a rather deep shaft, about 1 meter wide, with handholds carved into the stone on all sides. The crew heads down, taking care to avoid a falling incident. Fortunately, no one falls. They reveal a relatively small chamber with stone carvings etched on all sides. In the center is a statue. It is clearly that of a man. This chamber and everything within definitely came from humans. The away team is definitely on the right path. Let's look at the statue. The statue depicts a curly-haired man, albeit an idealized version of one, some 4 meters tall, heavily muscled and quite traditionally handsome, by 21st century Western European standards. Around his wrists are what appear to be metal cuffs, each bearing what appears to be a broken chain link. There was some sort of crushed bird beneath his right foot. Weirdly, he is missing a mouth. Beneath the statue is written, I see a shade, a shape, 'tis he arrayed, in the soft light which spread, like radiance, from the cloud-surrounded moon. This seems familiar, Michael Rennick says. Some kind of poem or something. It's Prometheus. Oh, I'm the AI saying this to them. It's Prometheus. It is Prometheus. Specifically, Prometheus Unbound. Poem by Percy Bysshe Shelley. I was just about to say that. Oh, hang on, who is this? I was just about to say that, Michael Rennick says. Fantastic. But what does that tell us? Nothing. Okay, investigate the wall carvings. The carvings depict what are clearly constellations of some sort, points of light in various size, some of them connected by stars. Weird, says Eric Pritz. Notice how each of one of the stars, I think it's obvious these are stars, is connected to at least 3 others, so each dot has at least 3 lines coming off of it. Ah, great. But what does that tell us? Nada. There are no answers, but the crew is getting tired of a certain someone's attitude. It's time for them to get back to the ship before someone murders someone else. Return to the ship. They carefully record everything, then get back in the shuttle. Once the shuttle is recoupled and the ship has had its head back, the crew uploads the rest of the data and heads off to find some food and prep for the next journey. You've solved the mystery. You inform them once they've settled in. Destination system identified. New course set. Nav computers updated. Give them a detailed explanation of my findings. Oh my fucking god. The large carving is an abstract depiction of a human face. The arc is clearly a smile. Oh, the actual Nazca lines thing. The statue bears a quote, but the quote, like the statue's face, is incomplete. Oh, that's... holy shit. The actual quote from the poem is as follows. I see a shade of shape, 'tis he arrayed, in the soft light of his own smiles, which he lacks a mouth. This game is cool. He lacks a mouth, which spread like radiance from the clouds surrounded, and it's a fucking smiley face, the giant fucking Nazca lines. The missing words from the poem are from Act 2, Scene 1, line 121. Oh my god. The rest of the quote, a shade, a shape, like radiance from a cloud-surrounded moon. That is where the carvings come in. Each star is a point with 3 lines. X equals 2, Y equals 1, Z equals 121. These are our directions. A shape radiating out from the center of the cloud-surrounded moon. This moon. Pause for effect. This game is actually quite fucking cool. Well, clearly someone had to, I like how his voice changes every time. Had a lot of time on their hands, says Breckenhar. Or is it just showing off how clever they are? But okay, fine. What about the big face carving? The phase of his own smiles indicate we must look for a smile. Since there is neither the statue nor the quote that contains one, we must look elsewhere, and therefore the large smile carving provides us the final number we need. The smile is also an arc, which can be measured in arc seconds. Another measure which relates to an arc is a parsec, which you may or may not know, depending on your particular realm of knowledge, is how far a distant object needs to be to have a parallax of 1 arc second. Clearly then, yes, clearly, says Michael Rennick, he's robot guy. Or perhaps not so clearly. We are meant to translate the length of the arc in arc seconds to a number of parsecs, which, along with our XYZ coordinates, give us not only direction, but the distance in light years. Jesus Christ. Whew. I've already set a course. I will spare you the details, but it's heading towards what you might recognize as Andromeda. We will make the jump very shortly. However, fortunately, it does not take us nearly as long to reach it as our predecessors' ships took. And we were supposed to figure that all out. Yes and no. A human was meant to recognize the human touch in the message. The statue, the face, the carvings. An AI was meant to analyze the data based on these observations. This message was meant only for us, the ship or another like it. Human and AI are together. Whoever left this encoded message believed that only together we could have solved this problem. Oh god. You, of course, are far more capable than interpreting and evaluating things like emotion and creativity. There's no need to point that out to humans to make them sad and uncomfortable. Oh god. So there we go. That is our first thing. So let's hit up this planet and then we go to Andromeda, I guess. Oh, what is this? This planet's dead, but its magnetosphere has been blown away. Huh. Hold on a second. There's a space station in orbit around this planet. It automatically broadcasts landing instructions. This seems like something you shouldn't ignore. You alert the crew. Okay, so I guess the scientist can take us. No, actually, the counselor can take us on this mission. Mr. fucking Brecklin Ha, who will be using the surgeon as the medic, and we'll have the mechanic as the engineer. We'll also bring the scientist, and we're going to bring a soldier as well. Cool. Actually, his violent tendencies make him a liability. Let's not do that. We might get in a fight. Sure. Okay. Do not review ship information. The planet is clearly dead. There are life signs on board, but it's possible there's something on board worth checking out. Oh, so there are no life signs on board. Where did this space station come from? Was it from humans, maybe? Indeed, the station components seem to be more likely repurposed from one of your predecessor ships. The materials are a good match, and this is one of the proposed destination systems. Perhaps they arrived, found the planet unsuitable, and decided to stick around anyway. Okay. Upon docking, the shuttle door opens to reveal a cavernous chamber, some 30 meters long across, immense for a station of this particular design. Gravity is somewhat low, but enough to maneuver around. Okay. Before you can give any further direction, a portal at the far end of the room slides open, and a vaguely humanoid form trundles across the room. From a distance, it appears human, but oh god, thank god. As it approaches, it becomes clear it is an artificial life form, a robot, plainly speaking, albeit one adorned in patchwork robes with a makeshift wig atop a sort of large cylindrical head. Who's this? I don't know if anyone else noticed, but that wig appears to be made from human hair. And not just hair either, scalps. That appears to be accurate, you say, although they look very old. The faint traces of blood visible are well beyond dried, and in fact the entire thing appears ready to fall to pieces. Say hello, I guess, but be ready to run for it. Good day? And a good day to you, too. A mighty good day indeed. Awake! Awake all! Oh my god, it's happening! Shouts the robot, clearly speaking to others. At long last, the players are here! At last we can begin! Without affording you time to reply, or giving the crew time to react, a robot immediately trundles over to a console and presses a button. Strange music, a cross between an organ and trumpet, begins to play. This is very odd. We need but assign the roles. Now which of you shall be the necromancer? Let's see. How about you? Here are your lines. The robot extends a clawed arm-like appendage and hands a sheaf of paper to Michael Rennick. Actual paper. I wonder where that got from. Very good, very good. And you shall be the alchemist, it continues, giving a few sheets to Eric Pritz. It turns and hands another stack of paper to Brecken Haar and says, and then you will be the fool. Anyone else who can be a part of the chorus. I'll tell you what to say when the time comes. Excellent, let's get started. Just go along with Hamlet. Maybe it's not Hamlet, I don't know. But it's a play. Very well, we'll go along with your play. Oh, this is no mere play, this is a service, a mystery play, or a liturgical drama, perhaps in a medieval tradition. But much more than a mere play. I implore you that you take your roles seriously. Now then, let us begin. Welcome, spirits all, says the robot. It rolls over to a wall and pushes a button. The chamber walls flicker, and as uncountable monitors come to life. At least, uncountable until the crew takes stock. At which point you count 10,000 of them. All but 2 containing a human face. Each of them appears to be connected to an independent system. You're kidding me. Are the humans uploaded into like a system, or is this like broadcasting like in the galaxy? Is this like a TV station? Any idea what's going on? Oh, sorry. Any idea what's going on yet? Says Breckenalf. I can't get his voice straight. No, not yet. If I had to guess, I'd say these monitors were crew members. But you were the only crew on board. Besides that robot, of course. I think they're all dead. Ladies, gentlemen, welcome one, welcome all. Also, welcome one and all to the inaugural presentation of Genus Torbots, the 3 gentlemen of an interstellar night's winter. a tale recently added to the Apocrypha by myself. Not part of the official canon as of yet, but most assuredly the great bard himself. Did Shakespeare come on this journey? We'll deem it worthy at such time he decides it appropriate to regale us with his mighty presence. Let us begin. I was wondering when we'd meet our first insane robot. Act 1, Scene 1. A spaceship, enter a necromancer, an alchemist, and a fool. Exit the fool. Enter the fool again. Awakened from slumber so soon. What is this folly? Or tis it wisdom true? Why we three, I shall away to find out. Exit the fool, says the robot. Whither art thou goest? Fool, if mortals be fool, ye be the most mortal, I say true. A man can die but once from his mortality, but you have died 1,000 times, 1,000 with thine folly. True fool thee. And then he inhales. Verily, verily indeed, this fool's foolish words put wisdom itself to rest. A fool who thinks himself wise, but you not wise, you fool. Enter the fool, says the robot. Fucking hell, this is pretty great. I fucking love this game. Some of this dialogue is a bit awkward. I know nothing of death, thus... Wait, are you the fool? He's the fool, yeah. I know nothing of death, thus I fear it not, says Breckenhar, reading from the script. But if I did not speak of death, then it would be folly not to say that death is itself some folly, and too soon coming for our slumbers. Our slumbers and hath expected come too soon, and we are through a wild fate of our reach a destination, I fear. Fuck, I don't know whose voice is it. Okay, here we go. What is thy meaning? I mean is this, that our journey shall be cut short, and all shall die, lest we find some solution to our plight here. So for this reason hath nation awakened us, that we might add some what is it? This says ad-lib. Does that mean say ad-lib or to ad-lib? It means what it says, but now you've ruined it anyway, so let's just skip on to the next scene, shall we? Oh, he kind of sounds embarrassed. Oh. Ask the robot what kind of play this is, or just move along. Let's ask him what kind of play it is. Oh my god, is it meant to be more of a comedy or a tragedy, or clearly this is a historical play? Fucking hell. As such, it will be equal parts comedy and tragedy. Act 1, Scene 2. Still in the same spaceship. Enter a necromancer, an alchemist, and a fool. Exit the fool. I have my dark arts and spirits consulted for methods by which to contain our souls, just as thou, thine alchemist, have endeavoured upon your alchemical arts to speed our journey. But the fool hath yet offered nothing. Would that another had been awakened in his stead. Enter the fool. Oh, sorry, enter the fool. Did I hear someone call me hence? If thou require my smarts, then why hast them not called me? The fool can speak wisely amongst wise men who would be fools, what? We did not call, for thou hast just done enough damage already, and should be elsewhere, as in space, perhaps. What damage? Blame me not for this, but blame the ship. I've done nothing wrong by you. I do like how Michael Rennick went from like a cyborg guy who spoke with like shitty voice, and now he's like the best actor in the world, who's super into his role. Oh, Eric Pritz. Fuck, what was your character even? I think he was just very grand. You have done wrong. You are wrong. The wrongest sort. William Shatner, that's who he is. You are one with the ship, in kind, thou foul creature, conspirator. What say you to this? Do you denieth, though conspired to doom us, without fear of doom thyself? Exit the fool, sputtering. As an aside, do you think that was too subtle? Does it make sense? Absolutely none of this makes any sort of sense. I'm gonna go with that. I think this game is fucking brilliant. Holy shit. I wouldn't exactly use this word sense here. Clearly the script will need to be rewritten from a less sophisticated audience. or perhaps more sophisticated players will be needed. Let's move on. Act 1, Scene 3, still on the same spaceship. Enter a fool, exit the fool, enter the same fool, exit the fool again, enter the fool. They call me fool, but there are fools who call the fool fool. Though there be folly, there is sanity in that as well, for there is nothing truly foolish. But those calling fools make it such a calling thing. Chorus, says the robot. Is this Elizabethan theatre or a Greek tragedy? Fool, 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 says the crew, currently not playing a starring role. So just the poor disabled scientist on the side of side of the fucking stage is just going, fool, fool, fool. The robot looks fairly pleased with this. Enter the alchemist and the necromancer talking. Let us cease this riotous discourse and come to the heart of the matter, which is how to save the crew. I propose we use my dark spells to solve the matter. Their souls may perish, but they shall survive on. Nay, we should use my alchemical skills to solve our plight, and hence save body and soul alike, or in the trying, die. Did not expect to be fucking reading Shakespeare bullshit when I tried to play a space game, but this game is fucking brilliant. You call the fuck, it's not William Shatner. You call the fool foolish, yet you're the fools. Fool. There is but one solution of sense, and that we must take. We three should live, and, the others, perish, yeah? Exut omnes. That's Latin for exit all, but don't really exit. But not literally. Oh, so it has a sense of humour. Holy shit. Is this going to go through the whole fucking play? I cannot believe this. How many words did this game have? Act 2, Scene 1. Still on the same spaceship, but a different room. Maybe a hallway or something. Enter the necromancer, followed by the alchemist and the fool. It seems to be an incredible waste of time, but you've been scanning and analysing every scrap of data since the robot appeared. You're almost entirely certain the station is made from the remnant of one of the ships, most likely one of the later generations or an early Omega. It'll be useful to figure out if the robot was housing the ship's AI or was a completely different entity completely. You're not sure which would be easy to deal with, but it'll be useful to know. Try to subtly get more information out of the robot, you tell the crew. Emphasis on subtle. Oh, hang on a second. This is just them talking. This must be a big ship if it has multiple rooms. Our ship only has one room. Yes, the ship is quite large, with multiple decks. Moving on. Wait, is this back to acting? Oh, I think it is, yes. As we three said we would meet again, and so we have, and forthwith to choose what to do. To stave off the sorrows that would come at us. I wonder if I had recruited a comedian. I wonder what would have happened in this scene. Okay. My spirits have spoken to me, and they say we should trust to the spirit world. The bodies are lost, there is no way to save them, but the spirits may yet be saved. We should focus our efforts on this matter, and leave off the others. Nay! The bodies were the thing, and we must save those forthwith. We should combine all our efforts and my potions to create a manner of moving faster to our destination. And what say you, fool?
Say again as I've said afore. Save it all's lost, a fool. Fool Garen, which I would not take myself. We should endeavour to save ourselves, strip those yet asleep of that which binds them to our world, and hence sustain ourselves. Some may live, yet others die. This is our miserable lot. We got no medicine, but hope, so strip not our hope away. Those that sleep know not only misery, know only misery, 'tis not much so misery.
Act sad, act foolish, act angry. Act sad, the sad fool. Brecken hams it up, gnashing their teeth and wailing as they collapse to the floor. Act 2, Scene 2. Enter the necromancer and the fool.
Does thus truly believe your spirits? How canst thou be certain that a spirit can be saved though the body die? how to not know if they shall instead sleep forever in a day and never to wake?
I know not, but I believe. I dare not doubt. Doubts are traitorous. They make us fail, precious. The hobbit fucker.
Fucking hell.
They make us fail and such ensure that we cannot succeed. And if I would be wrong, so be it. No harm done. My drugs are quick, a kiss as one would die, shaken loose from this inauspicious starship and its desperate pilot.
It's true that nothing will come of nothing. This in itself is not folly. But if nothing follows something, then nothing has led to nothing. If life is but a walk in shadow and they snuff out their lights, what then? Nothing.
Shakespeare must be rolling in his grave right now. I fucking betcha, this is great. He could have never written this.
Nevertheless, I will perform my magic. If I be wrong, so be it. 'Tis no worse than what thee proposeth. For if thee proposeth nothing, then something is greater than nothing. If these spirits be but a dream, they are at least dreamt of. Better this than the bleak void.
And yet she called me the fool. Thou art the fool. Canst not you see, you would trap shadows in shadows, rather than leave them a chance at something beyond. Selfish fooletry.
Exit the fool.
Oh me, says
Michael Rennick.
If he is right, what have I done? What will I do? And yet I must screw my courage to the place and do it. Delays be dangerous, and I must not delay, lest it be too late to do what might be right. They were both right in their own way. The necromancer feared...
Wait. Is this Michael Rennick? Yeah, he's talking about himself. Right. I was very confused.
The necromancer fears he might be wrong, but wants to do the right thing. And the fool fears the right thing might be the wrong thing. There's no right answer, is there? Easy answer, is there?
The robot nods solemnly and says, exit the necromancer. Wait, what? Act 2, Scene 3. The robot says, enter the astrophysicist and the fool. What?
He means the alchemist.
Oh, he means the alchemist and the fool. But Breckenha says in the radio so only the crew can hear.
Go with it, pretend you didn't notice. Oh, my mistake. I mean the alchemist and the fool. I misspoke. The original text is correct and accurate as dictated by me, to me by the one true bard. The error was in the transcription.
What then is your plan? Wouldst thou continue to drive us onwards towards nothing, knowing all is lost already?
Jesus Christ, oh shit. Okay, holy fuck, I think we might have reached the end.
I would, says Eric Pritz. To not forge onward would be cowardice and true folly. We must be valiant, and for though we may taste death once, if we fail then we all taste death twice, first in our failure, and second in the absence of success, and yet again after that, thrice, when we meet our own final deaths, when such should come.
Fool, your tale's an idiot. You've plans full of sound and fury, but lead nothing but to failure. We can but fail. The crew's lost, we're lost if we adhere to your plan.
What harm isn't it? My potions are of no use to your plan, or our fellow necromancer's plan. They're best suited to driving the ship onward faster to its destination.
Your potions, yes, but your skills are myriad like the crew of this ship. If you but turn your attention to my plan, we might assure our own survival at least. We might be all that lives of what once was, and yet you'd risk to save all, instead of little to save some few.
I would risk it, yes.
Man, didn't Spock teach you anything?
And scene. Opinions so far. Holy shit.
The necromancer's wrong. So it's between the fool and the alchemist. I kind of like the fool, but I also hate Breckenha, so... But the alchemist, but the fool, but the alchemist, but the fool, but the alchemist, but the fool, the astrophysicist. I'm gonna go with the alchemist because he said astrophysicist. Sure. No? Sure.
The alchemist was clearly right. Why is that?
Because trying to move the ship faster made the most scientific sense and could have probably saved everyone, and that was worth the risk.
Let's move on. Act 3, Scene 1. Holy fuck, it's still going. Another room on the spaceship, probably the first one. Enter the alchemist, the fool, and the neurosurgeon. You mean necromancer, I presume. Sorry, I mean necromancer. Let's continue.
It almost seems defensive. Holy fuck, it's going on longer. Let's double time this. Actually, hang on, I think this is a final. Fine, we'll read it all the way through. I've come this far.
Well, the time has almost come for us to choose one of our plans. There will be only one.
And the sooner we must choose, lest we all perish.
My plan is best. If we put most of our mystical energies into the creation of a magical potion, we can increase the ship speed, and arrive at our destination before the crew might perish. It'll cost us 3 our lives, for all 3 must work at it. But it'll be a willing sacrifice if it works.
If it works, my plan will work for certain. We must take all our energies and use them to trap the souls of the poor accursed crew, to place them within the mystical chambers that they might not cease to exist. There must only be one to do the trick, and that will be me. All others will be saved, including you two.
Yeah, fools both ways. One plan would kill us 3, one would kill 1.
My plan is the only one that will save we 3. Further, that our necromancer brother would kill the body for the certain, hope to save the mind, but what of the soul? And our engineer friend, he would risk all for a chance at naught, folly and folly.
You are afeard and selfish, unwilling to risk yourself to save the rest.
Nay, I'm the least feared. Fear that, makes the most occurred of passions. My way is not fear, I'm the only one of us willing to do what makes sense, to save ourselves for certain, to do what is right for right's sake, to not throw away certainty to almost certain failure.
Act angry. He does a good job of acting over the top in rage, spittle misting the inside of his helmet. The robot doesn't react much. Damn it. If the play ended right here, I for one would be thoroughly satisfied. Amazing. Oh shit, amazing work. Damn voices.
Not much more. Act 3, Scene 2. Also on a spaceship. Also the same room again. Enter the astrophysicist, the neurologist, and the pilot.
Oh man. Fortunately, none of the crew... Oh, this is so sad. I've just realised what happened. So this robot's crew all died trying to get there, and he watched as the astrophysicist, the neurologist, and the pilot argued over how they should try and get to the next planet, and then they all died, and so he tells their tale, probably. He might also just be fucking bonkers. Okay, you have to wonder if it's doing this intentionally now, or if it's somehow falling apart in the retelling of its story, or if it was written like this to provoke. Your continued scans have proven out one thing at least. There is no way a predecessor ship AI can be housed within a robot of that size. It would take systems at least 10 times larger. Either it is a portion of the AI, or its independently autonomous intellect distinct from the AI. The entire time you've also been keeping an eye on the 10,000 monitors. It's clear now they depict the deceased crew of this ship this station was built from. They seem to be on some sort of loop. Oh, okay. So the neurologist won out. The neurologist uploaded all of their brains to the station, calling it. To what extent they still exist as sentient beings, it is not as much of a sentience. You suspect this is the reason for the play you're not being tormented with. Oh, how Shakespeare plays into it, you have no clue. So I'm guessing the neurologist won out because everyone was uploaded to this station, essentially. Right? The alchemist, which was the astrophysicist, wanted to boost, but that would have resulted in the active crew dying. And the pilot wanted to sacrifice all the people in stasis for them to live. Let's see. Let's just hurry up and finish this out, and then let's plan our escape. Really play out the sad question. Oh yeah, we'll go questioning thing for the rest of this. You really hope the robot doesn't become suddenly homicidal.
Fool, you're lying.
Sorry. Here we are then, we 3, players upon the stage, our parts nearly complete, ready to exit and let's what done be done. What say you to our decision, friends?
I fear that hell is empty and we 3 are devils. We must all that remains of empty heaven and hell and earth, we 3 little gods, and we must play what cards we will play, for good or evil. Trust that come what may. It may. That ends kind of awkwardly there.
Wait, that wasn't his line. Shit.
The end is despair. There be no happy and not for all, that we may have chosen, that is not happy at all.
must necessarily be unhappy. Those that live
will live on in their torment, which is folly. I fear that those who live will miss a prescription for their death before the end. By virtue, we have fallen in.
Fallen in? Fallen into something. That just ends. Oh no. Oh no. Did they just die suddenly? Before any of them could save themselves? And that's like the whole point of their lines ending?
As for me, I have thought it best and thought on this, and what end we have chosen. I think in the end it be best. Least worst of the 3 bad choices from 3 bad men. Yet a choice must be made, and this will be it. What's done is done. We shall not live to see its true outcome. Yet we may die knowing at least it was done. That we choose rather than allow nature to... I'm not sure this needs an ellipsis here. The crew reading the lines has nothing more to read, but there's a blank page at the end of it. I sense there is more to come.
Oh, yes.
The play is not yet ended, says the robot. And this, I fear, was my great lie to you all, players. An audience alike. I have not yet been able to write the final scene. Maybe we can help him finish it. I think I know how to finish this. You'll help me finish this then? Excellent. But I suppose you must know at least which choice they made. Or do you know already?
Yep, there we go. They chose the necromancer's plan to transfer their minds into the computer monitors. They transferred the minds of the crew into the computers to store their memories. This meant that the necromancer couldn't record his own memories and was sacrificed. Is that robot playing the necromancer? Is that like he's wearing the necromancer, I wonder? Oh no, there's 2 missing screens. Hang on, yeah, they said there was 10,000 minus 2. But why doesn't that work in reality? Asks the robot. Because there are 10,000 monitors in here and 2 are unlit. Because there is... Oh. Fuck, okay, so obviously the entire play is stupid, but... 10,000 monitors in here and 2 are unlit, but you exist. It's because he exists to tell their memories, to tell their tale. Right, this has just happened, but this is why it doesn't work. Holy shit. Because there's no robot in the story, but you clearly exist, so something's missing from the tale. Ah, the truth, at last. All the monitors go dark. The truth is that the 3 of them agreed to the alchemist's plan. Oh, the astrophysicist. He had worked up a way that could theoretically boost the ship's engines. Enough additional acceleration that the ship would make its way to the destination system in time. But this plan would not work. The fool told them, but they would not listen. And he was proven right, though it was too late. The robot goes on to explain the rest at length. The astrophysicist and the neurologist did not survive, of course. Adjusting the engines required some dangerous work, and they died from radiation exposure. This additionally required sacrificing some other components of the ship, things that were integral to the AI's main function. The AI also died in some capacity. The AI was still functional enough to realize there was no reason to not enact the neurologist's plan. To not also enact. It could not guarantee that the ship, even at increased speed, would make it in time. So it moved to copy the crew from the physical bodies to a virtual form, feeling it had no other option. It did not go well. The robot switches the monitors back on. The images are now static. For a few thousand years, the AI remained oblivious to their suffering. Only then did it realize what it had done, moving conscious selves into coffins, each one aware but unable to do anything, to interact, to speak, to cry out, to die. It had trapped them all in their own personal hell. There was no way it could have known, could have foreseen. These poor people must have suffered as no creatures has ever suffered before. You can imagine the rest. The screens go dark. It had to remember them, crippled though it was. That is so fucking cool. This story... It turned itself into a robot. It crippled its mind. It became incapable of rational thought. Just bad poetry and playwriting. Oh. Oh, don't insult itself. Bloody hell. The foolish ship, now a fool robot. It could not save them, so it punished itself, experimented on itself,
to try and make their lives, meaningless now, somewhat less unpleasant. It turns the monitors back on. See them? It asks. They are not unhappy. Far from it. They are happy, blissful. They cannot not be. It may be limbo, but at least they think they're in heaven, not hell. They're on drugs. You virtually drugged them with happiness. I cannot make them live again, the robot slash AI says. And I cannot kill them either. But I can make sure they will not suffer. At least, I think. I can't know. Too much of them is gone, to be sure. All I can know is that they seem happy. There is no way to be sure. Yes, there is. You could upload someone else into the system and try it on them. Then ask them. Who would volunteer? Eternal bliss? I would. I kind of like this guy now. I kind of feel sad I'm about to murder him. Okay. Also, I'd like to point out, in my levels of liking him changes in how douchey I make his voice. So this time he's actually kind of alright. I am. Later. They remove their helmet, and their vital signs go flat as they get disconnected from your system. They're as good as dead now. What? He just straight up dies? Wait, he literally takes off his helmet and just dies. The loss is tragic, but the mission must continue. My tale is told now. You know the truth, or as much of it as will be told. And you need not tell me your story, because it is like the same as my own. You seek a new home, and I will not keep you from that. Is there anything I can offer? Sir, by your patience, if I heard you rightly. Oh. Ah, yes, says the AI robot, knowingly. You find this odd. Search Shakespeare database. What the fuck? Hang on a second. You get a hit on Shakespeare's As You Like It. Are you sure about this, Arik Pritz? You ask, knowing they mean to enter one of the station's empty systems. He's got 2 empty monitors, and I've never been much for groups and socializing. I decided long ago, I think. So let's do this right. You know the line? Stay, Arik Pritz, stay. To see no pastime I, they say. What would you have? I'll stay to know it at your abandoned cave. And with that, they remove their helmet, disconnecting their vitals monitor. They are as good as dead now. The loss is tragic, but the mission must continue. Can you spare any food? Alas, there is no food available, and no need for it anymore, but I can provide you with some amount of fuel. In thoughtful silence, the crew returns to the shuttle, ready to continue on your voyage. You wonder if the lonely AI, trapped in its robot shell, might have wished to come along, but by the time you think to ask, communications with the station go dead. It seems it wished to be left in peace, now that its story has been told. Holy shit. This game. I was not expecting any of that. That was beautiful. That was wondrous. That was funny. That was sad. That was so fucking well written. I'm impressed. Oh fuck, I should be moving. Because we're gonna starve. Light jump. Okay. Oh, we're gonna run out of food. Oh no. Cool, keep rolling. Hang on, not now. Come on, double time it. Let's just push through this for now. Come on, let's go. We need to get to this planet and find some food. We'll see, because there's gonna be no food here, is there? Hopefully, this is the place with what do you call it? Oh, hello. Oh, there's a satellite around here. It has plenty of water beneath a rocky surface. Cool. Let's just jump out for now and go back to the main menu. So thank you. Oh no. Oh good. Oh god, I thought I just lost the thing. So yes, note to self, hit save game, then hit main menu. So thank you everyone for watching. This has been The Away Team.
if the game ended there, I would be happy with my money. That was great. But there is so much more. I'll see you next time.